Good morning, students. Welcome back to PNMRC e-learning classes. Students, this is the seventh part of your chapter, that is chapter number 13, Why Do We Fall Ill? Up till now, we have studied about various viral diseases. In this video, we will study some more diseases, and first we will study disease caused by bacteria. First one is tuberculosis. In short, it is known as TB. Tuberculosis was first discovered by German scientist Robert Koch in 1882. He was awarded Nobel Prize for this discovery in 1905. TB is an infectious disease which is communicated from one person to another directly or indirectly. Tuberculosis is also concentrated from animals, example cattle. Tuberculosis is caused by a bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The bacterium releases a toxic called tuberculin. TB can affect all parts of body such as lungs, lymph glands, bones, intestine, etc. In human beings, the infection of TB spreads by inhaling infected droplets released through coughing, sneezing, talking, and spitting by the patient. The incubation period of TB includes a few weeks to a few years. Now, what are the symptoms of TB? The patient of tuberculosis feels sick and weak. There is a loss of appetite and weight. Typical fever pattern and night sweats are also common. The symptoms of TB vary depending on the site of the infection in the body. There are following two specific sites of tuberculosis infection. First one is lung or pulmonary TB. The person suffers from pulmonary TB, has continuous fever, persistent cough, and produces blood-stained septum. There is loss of weight and weakness. The chest pain and breathlessness are common features of patients of lungs TB. When the tuberculosis bacteria get into the lungs, they set up a local inflammation and produce an abscess. This usually heals up and leaves a small patch of scar tissue which shows up in x-rays, photographs. In advanced stage of tuberculosis, large areas of the lungs are destroyed. Second type of TB is lymph gland TB. Symptoms of TB of lymph gland include swelling and tenderness of lymph glands, often in the legs, which may discharge secretion through the skin. Now, what are the prevention against TB? First one is vigorous public health measures are the best method of prevention. Our next bacterial disease is cholera. Cholera is an acute diarrhea infection caused by eating or drinking food or water that is contaminated with the bacterium Vibrio cholerae. Cholera is an extremely serious disease that can cause severe acute watery diarrhea with severe dehydration. It takes between 12 hours and 5 days for a person to show symptoms after consuming contaminated food or water. Cholera affects both children and adults and can kill within an hour if untreated. Most people infected with Vibrio cholerae do not develop any symptoms, although the bacteria are present in their feces for 1 to 10 days after infection. This means the bacteria are shed back into the environment, potentially infecting other people. Now, what are the symptoms of cholera? Most people exposed to the cholera bacterium, that is Vibrio cholerae, don't become ill and don't know they have been infected. But because they shed cholera bacteria in their stool for 7 to 14 days, they can still infect others through contaminated water. Symptoms of cholera infection can include diarrhea. Cholera related diarrhea comes on suddenly and can quickly cause dangerous fluid loss, as much as a quarter, about 1 liter an hour. Diarrhea due to cholera often has a pale, milky appearance that resembles water in which rice has been rinsed. Nausea and vomiting. Vomiting occurs especially in the early stages of cholera and can last for hours. Dehydration. Dehydration can develop within hours after cholera symptoms start and range from mild to severe. A loss of 10% of more of body weight indicates severe dehydration. Signs and symptoms of cholera dehydration include irritability, fatigue, sunken eyes, a dry mouth, extreme thirst, dry and slivered skin, little or no urinating, low blood pressure, and an irregular heartbeat. Dehydration can lead to a rapid loss of minerals in our blood that maintain the balance of fluid in our body. This is called an electrolyte imbalance. Prevention against cholera is, first one is, person should be immunized by standard cholera vaccine. One dose of immunization lasts for about 6 months. Second one is, in cholera prone areas, boiled water and cooked food should be taken. And third preventive measure is careful personal hygiene and good sanitation in the community are the only certain protection against cholera. Now, how can you control cholera? So, first one is for preventing dehydration therapy with oral rehydration solution, that is ORS, should be done immediately. And second one is immediate medical advice should be taken.
Another bacterial disease is typhoid. Typhoid is an infection caused by the bacterium Salmonella typhimurium, or simply we can say S. typhi. The bacterium lives in the intestines and bloodstream of humans. It spreads between individuals by direct contact with the feces of an infected person. No animals carry this disease, so transmission is always human to human. S. typhi enters through the mouth and spends 1 to 3 weeks in the intestine. After this, it makes its way through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. From the bloodstream, it spreads into other tissues and organs. The immune system of the host can do little to fight back because S. typhi can live within the host cell safe from the immune system. Infection takes place by oral route through indigestion of food, milk or water contaminated by contact with facial matter of the typhoid patient. Typhoid is the most common communicable disease in India. Typhoid fever is common in humans of of the 1 to 15 years age group. Every year, about 2.5 million people suffer from typhoid. Typhoid is caused by rod shaped and motile bacterium. Human infection is direct. Infection takes place by the oral route, as I told you earlier, through indigestion of food, milk, or water contaminated by contact with facial matter of typhoid patient. The bacteria spread through facial matter by houseflies. The symptoms of typhoid often appear 10 to 14 days after the infection. Now, what are the symptoms of typhoid? Symptoms normally begins between 6 and 30 days after exposure to the bacteria. The two major symptoms of typhoid are fever and rash. Typhoid fever is particularly high, gradually increases over several days up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or we can say 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. The rash, which does not affect every patient, consists of rose-colored spots, particularly on the neck and abdomen. Other symptoms can include headache and typhoidic fever, which rises maximum in the afternoon. So, prevention against typhoid is proper sanitation and disposal of fecal matter prevents infection. TAB vaccination provides immunity for 3 years. Typhoral oral vaccine also prevents typhoid. Another bacterial disease is diarrhea. Diarrheal disease form a group of intestinal infections including food poisoning. The main symptoms of all such infections is diarrhea. Diarrhea is an abnormally frequent discharge of semi-solid or fluid feces. Other symptoms of diarrheal disease include decreased appetite, it means भूख का कम लगना, nausea चक्कर आना, vomiting and abdominal cramps, पेट में दर्द होना. There may be blood and mucus in the stool. Persistent vomiting and loose stools cause dehydration and shock. Blood pressure may fall, pulse rate increases, and temperature rises. Diarrhea is one of the major causes of infant mortality in India. Now, what are the symptoms of diarrhea, students? The symptoms are frequent loose motions and vomiting, which leads to dehydration. पानी की कमी हो जाती है, बहुत सारी vomiting होती है, loose motions होते हैं. Dehydration, which makes the patient dangerously ill in a very short period of time. Dehydration बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से होता है, जिसकी वजह से पेशेंट बहुत ही ज़्यादा अपने आप को कमज़ोर महसूस करना शुरू कर देता है. Most of the infants means बच्चे, deaths due to diarrhea can be prevented by making sure that dehydration does not take place through stools and vomiting. In case of dehydration, the patient becomes irritable. Eye appears sunken, nose is pinched, and tongue and the inner side of cheek appear dry. There is sudden weight loss, weak pulse, deep breathing, and fever or fits. Now, how can you prevent diarrhea? First one is eatables should be covered to prevent their contamination. Fruits and vegetables should be properly washed before use. Proper personal hygiene is important. Hands should be washed with soap and water before eating any food. Stale food should not be consumed. सड़ा हुआ खाना नहीं खाना चाहिए. Community hygiene is also important. Now I will tell you how to control diarrhea. First thing is complete bed rest should be ensured till the illness is fully controlled. For treating diarrhea, antimicrobial drugs and anti-diarrheal agents should be used. If there is frequent vomiting, बहुत ज़्यादा vomiting हो रही है तो liberal amount of fluids loaded with electrolytes should be provided orally. Electrolyte वाला powder पीना चाहिए. Pulp of boiled or unripe banana along with required amount of salt, turmeric powder and lime is useful in controlling the diarrhea. क्या करना चाहिए? अनराइप बनाना जो होता है, बिना पका बनाना, उसको उबाल कर, उसको मैश करके, उसमें थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट और थोड़ा सा हल्दी डालकर और थोड़ा सा नींबू डालकर उसको खाना चाहिए. हस्क ऑफ ईसबगोल की भुस्सी आती है ना, सीड्स विद वाटर और कर्ड, पानी के साथ या दही के साथ खानी चाहिए, उससे रिलीफ मिलता है. Saline drip may be given intravenously to maintain fluid and electrolytes in the body. अगर ज़्यादा हो गई है प्रॉब्लम, ज़्यादा डायरिया है, तो सलाइन ड्रिप जो है इंट्रावेनसली डॉक्टर के पास जाकर लेनी चाहिए. dilute soups and dals, rice water and buttermilk. बटरमिल्क मतलब होता है छाछ. और सूप पीना चाहिए, दाल खानी चाहिए, राइस वाटरी एकदम, डाइल्यूट, ज़्यादा गाढ़ी नहीं, डाइल्यूट. कैन बी गिवन टू द चाइल्ड टू कंपनशेट द लॉस ऑफ वाटर. तो बच्चों को दी जानी चाहिए जिससे कि जो लॉस ऑफ वाटर उनके शरीर में हो गया है उसका कंपनशेट किया जा सके. अनदर बैक्टीरियल डिजीज इज पेप्टिक अल्सर्स. और पेप्टिक अल्सर्स कहाँ होते हैं? आपके पेट में होते हैं या डियोडनम वाले एरिया के अंदर पेप्टिक अल्सर्स होते हैं. फोड़ी जैसी हो जाती हैं पेट में. पेप्टिक अल्सर्स आर पेनफुल ब्लीडिंग एरियाज. पेनफुल होते हैं ब्लीडिंग एरियाज, खून भी निकलता है इनमें से. विद इन द स्टमक एंड द डियोडनम, डियोडनम में होते हैं या फिर स्टमक के अंदर होते हैं. They were once considered to be caused by increased gastric acidity due to stress and lifestyle of the afflicted person. जो जिस afflicted person है, जिसको ये बीमारी हो गई है, उसको ऐसा लगता था पहले कि हम ये सोचते थे कि क्योंकि पेट के अंदर या तो गैस्ट्रिक एसिडिटी बढ़ गई है या फिर आपकी लाइफ बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड है या कोई लाइफस्टाइल ऐसी आप जी रहे हैं जिसकी वजह से आपको ये बीमारी हो गई है. However, Robin Warren, born in 1937, जो साइंटिस्ट थे जिनका नाम था रॉबिन वॉरेन, जो कि जिनका जन्म हुआ था 1937 में इन पर्थ बेस्ड ऑस्ट्रेलियन, इज एन पर्थ बेस्ड ऑस्ट्रेलियन पैथोलॉजिस्ट, ऑब्जर्व्ड इन 1984 that areas of peptic ulcer contain many small curved gram-negative bacterium named Helicobacter pylori. अब उन्होंने क्या देखा कि जो पेप्टिक अल्सर्स है उसके अंदर कर्व्ड शेप कुछ बैक्टीरिया प्रेजेंट है, कर्व जैसे कोई बैक्टीरिया प्रेजेंट है, जो उनका नाम था, बैक्टीरिया का नाम हेलिकोबैक्टर पाइलोरी, जो ग्राम नेगेटिव थे. Barry Marshall, born in 1951, a young clinical fellow of Warren, succeeded in culturing the bacteria could also cure the peptic ulcer. लेकिन एक और साइंटिस्ट थे जिनका नाम था बैरी मार्शल. उन्होंने क्लिनिक के अंदर उस बैक्टीरिया को ग्रो किया और ये फाइंड आउट कर लिया कि हम इन बैक्टीरिया को से कैसे बच सकते हैं और हम अब जो पेप्टिक अल्सर है उसको क्योर कैसे कर सकते हैं. द फाइंडिंग हेल्प्ड इन चेंजिंग वंस painful chronic and disabling condition into a short duration treatable disease, जिसकी वजह से एक बहुत ज़्यादा क्या नाम बहुत एक अच्छा सा एक बात हो गई और जिसकी वजह से ये हो गया कि जो पेनफुल क्रॉनिक डिजीज़ थी वो अब क्योरेबल बन गई, जिसको क्योर किया जा सकता है, जिसको आसानी से ट्रीट किया जा सकता है. फॉर दिस ब्रेक थ्रू मार्शल एंड वॉरेन वर अवॉर्डेड नोबेल प्राइज फॉर फिजियोलॉजी एंड मेडिसिन इन 2005. और 2005 में इस डिस्कवरी के लिए, इस चीज़ की को फाइंड आउट करने के लिए मार्शल और वॉरेन को नोबेल प्राइज से अवार्ड दिया गया 2005 में. I think students you must have enjoyed this chapter very much. So this is the end of this chapter and this is the end of this video too, students. You must If you have not watched this video, so you must watch this video very carefully. It is very beneficial to you. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you and goodbye.